Guys, last week we listened to Sticker Brush Symphony on here, which I'll play again, because when am I ever not going to fucking get an opportunity to listen to that? So we listened to this song last week on stream, and it actually, something interesting came out of that. Let me try it. So basically, we were listening to this song last week, and someone in the Discord linked a video talking about like this song specifically.
Cool.
Talking about a different video where someone had uploaded this song to like a texture of like the brambles from Bramble Blast, so like all this kind of stuff, like the kind of this background kind of texture. And they were talking about how like it basically became this weird thing called like an internet checkpoint, where people would go through the comments and they would all like, people would treat it as like this weird checkpoint in their lives. And so when you went to the comment section of this video, everyone was like, hey, just graduated college, and then they'd update their comment from like years before that with like a proper life update. It's a really like interesting kind of phenomenon. I want to see if I can find. So like, I think this isn't the original one. People have started like re-uploading it, but it's kind of, it's like this kind of stuff. It's literally like just this looped for an hour, you know? And it's like, it feels like a relatively normal video, but where it gets kind of weird is when you go down into the comments. This video has 23,000 comments, okay, which is like a massively disproportionate for a video that's been viewed like 500,000 times, which I know sounds like a lot, but that's way too many comments for something like that. So you have stuff like this, just people writing like checkpoint, 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 and like basically giving all these updates about their lives. Like this one, checkpoint, hope you one day reach 1K on YouTube. I'm not used to opening up, and I'm so tired of this chronic depression that's ruining my life. Not to mention the generalized anxiety and this damned ADHD that so consistently keeps me from my projects. I feel like I'm going through life without making any progress, and it's pure torture. Thankfully, I still have some passions like music that I manage to hold on to, but unfortunately that won't be enough to help me move forward in life. I hope things will get better, even though I don't really believe it. I wanted to start with a positive message and a goal, because that's how I can move forward in my life, by setting a goal. So like basically this dude just like putting where they're at, but there are so many of these messages, and it's like, it's weird, you know? It's kind of interesting. At the ultimate checkpoint in life, at age 39, almost 40, I have 3 kids, a loving husband, a job I love, and the kind of people in my life that make it worth. Gets the point. Those younger who are struggling to imagine the next day, decade, etc., I offer this. You are not alone. No matter what happens in this life, eventually you'll find yourself in a place that makes everything worth it. I didn't get there until last year, but with all the crap I went through for many years, having all the time now when everything for some reason seems to be going well, it's like a breath of fresh air. That's all I needed, and I'm going to enjoy every moment from here. Eventually you'll get there too. It might be hard, but when you do, I hope you look back and realize the same as I did. Which is like, that's it's rare to find like genuinely like positive things on the internet, but I just thought this was like a super interesting thing. Checkpoint, I bought a new pair of boxing gloves. It's like, there's just so much of this stuff. Checkpoint has been restored. We shall always cherish this. Checkpoint, I stopped my anger. That's pretty cool, you know? Checkpoint, my mentor figures are gone. I have to be the one to step up now. Man. Checkpoint, age 18, got out of homelessness, got a PS4, a girl of my dreams. Life's good. Hope to see you all in 2024. Did they ever update? I'm 19 now and found a new girl. We've been together now for a while. Thanks for checking in. It could be better. I'm 20 now. World's going to hell, but still alive. That's the last update. Checkpoint, I fell in love. Checkpoint, I would consider myself no longer suicidal. Stay strong. It always gets better. Checkpoint, I've fallen in love and now no longer want to die. I want to live life with my beloved. Checkpoint, going to see my psychiatrist in person for the first time since the pandemic. I don't know, like, I know some people could consider it kind of cordy. But I feel like there's something kind of, like, genuine about people kind of just kind of shouting into the void, you know? Like, because that's what this stuff is. Checkpoint, I finally maked friends. I was like 8-9 years without one. I'm so happy. Update. So I think I'm in love with my friends, but I don't know how to tell her. Lol. Edit. Why with so much likes? Edit. Seriously. Okay, what happened? What happened? Man, I want to know. Checkpoint. Age 16. Watching myself slowly become disabled. About to be walking with a cane as a teenager. Only recently got health insurance, so I can afford to have tests done to find out what's wrong. Jesus Christ. Along with that, a plethora of rental, financial, and schooling issues, and my anxiety has got significantly worse. Despite all this, I am happy. I have never been more content in my life. I think I'm finally, for the first time in my life, truly at peace. I may be facing quite a few struggles ahead, but overall, I am happy. God damn. I think it's just kind of... It's kind of nice, you know, because there's something about, like, just seeing people be so fucking raw about this stuff. Like, I know, like, there's a chance that some people here are, like, maybe making stuff up, but I think there's so little reason to. And I think it does just speak to... Sometimes you just kind of bellow into the void a little bit, you know? Estoy empezando una nueva etapa de mi vida en la universidad. Volveré cuando me gradúe. I think this person just graduated from university. That's pretty cool. Checkpoint. I am nearly 18 and I'm scared. Life has been rough on me. Being a survivor to then being manipulated into an abusive relationship, it's been rough. However, life isn't staying bad. I met a wonderful girl who makes me laugh and always there when I need her. The only problem is that I'm afraid of losing her as she goes to college out of state. I never wanted to force her to stay with me, and so whatever decision she makes, whether to stay in a relationship with me or to go back to being friends, I will support it. Just being able to have her in my life makes me happy. I am just afraid of losing it. Man, God fucking damn it. So that's funny because, like, this dude is, or girl, I guess, I don't know, is the same age that when me and Michelle started going out. And I would say one of the first big tests I faced in my relationship with Michelle was that we went to separate colleges. And I found that so fucking difficult. I really, really struggled with that because I was so scared of losing her. And I was scared because I was insecure. You know, I didn't see, like, value in myself. And so I was like, well, why would she ever stay with me? And that was really, really tough. But, you know, we actually got through it, like, and we're still together now. And so it can happen. But 18 is a tough age to meet the love of your life because life still has so much wild shit in store for you. And you're still not the person you're going to grow into, and neither is your partner. But yeah, it can work. Do you know, it's the really simple ones that kind of get me here. Like, Checkpoint, I finally stopped hating myself. There's just something, like, there's something kind of strong about that, right? Like, that's just kind of fucking real. I can't believe how many of these are, like, teenagers. Checkpoints. This is back in 2024. Yesterday, I found out that someone I was close to had died. I hate this feeling. Like, you can't change anything, and what's done is done. Drugs are cruel and terrible, and nobody deserves to go through the pain he had. Still feel pretty numb. I've been crying all day. I've been trying to watch videos from my favorite channels to make my mind off it, but I can't stop thinking about it. I feel so sick that kids have to go through the pain of losing someone no matter how. I remember him so kind and funny, and he didn't really care for school. He had so many people around him that cared for him. I've just been feeling so happy lately. I've been feeling so lucky that I forgot that sometimes there is just a bit of sadness that's always going to be there. And we can't stop that no matter what the effort we put into it. We're all going to miss you, Trafford. Fuck, man. Checkpoint. I'm 38 years old with a career and family, and I still feel like I'm winging it every day. Those of you who are young and wondering if you have it under control, there are plenty of people older than you wondering the same. Still doubt Self-doubt is a part of life and proves you're human. Never stop reaching for the next level, and don't let those nagging voices in your head keep you from going for greatness. You've got this. I believe in you. Checkpoint. After feeling almost only sadness and feeling anger for the past year, if not more, I finally found things that make me happy. I felt joy for the first time in so long. Thank you to my friends and everybody I know for helping me out with this one. I'm currently working on a animated indie show called Cartoon Catastrophe. It's bringing me joy and helping me come to something. I am still a sad person, but I'm also happy without forcing myself for the first time in so long. Isn't it so fucking crazy that, like, Sticker Brush Symphony is this weirdly, like, uniting force in the world? You know, and like, if you ever hear David Wise talk about it, and I think I mentioned this last week as well, he's like, I don't get why people like this song. But there's always just been something, like, so crazy nostalgic and sad and great about it, you know? Checkpoint. Currently 14 years old, excited to go to high school next year. 8th grade was pretty hard year for me because I lost my grandmother during the 8th grade. It was really hard on me. This really reads like a teenager wrote it, as it was the first time someone important to me died other than my father. Oh. One of my earliest memories was being an absolute asshole to my grandmother, constantly yelling at her. Of course, I was only 3 or 4 years old, but I still feel guilty for it. The last time I saw her was summer 2022 when my father went on a trip to Vietnam. I regret not being able to spend time with her to make up for the times I wasn't able to be a good grandson to her. Grandma, I miss you. I'm sorry I wasn't able to be there for you by your side in the last moments. I'm sorry for yelling at you. I wasn't able to spend much time with you, but you truly were the greatest grandma I could have asked for. I could have loved you. Oh. God damn. Look at this chill motherfucker. Checkpoint. Currently I'm 13. Life's good. Wow. Some people might not see this, so I am alone in this 17k comments buried in one another. However, the feeling that I have when I stare at the very sky that holds our world, the feeling of this seemingly darkness, circles of light making hydrogen fusion. Okay. No, too much for me. Getting a little too many notions on that one. Checkpoint. After so many years of being skinny and lazy, I finally realized the work that I have to put in to change all that. Now I've begun my journey to rid my life of the constant uncertainty of the future. Instead of always worrying about whether I'll be strong enough for the future, I should prepare for everything. To improve to the point where no matter what it does have in store, I'll be disciplined and ready for it. Instead of just accepting things the way they are, I have learned to love myself, I have learned not to love myself, but to hate the old self, make room for the new one. Wish me luck. That one had me up until hating the old self. I think at some point you got to be able to let that shit go. You know, you can't just, like, be constantly, like, giving yourself shit. But I still respect it. I respect the hell out of it. Checkpoint. I've been feeling super depressed lately after feeling like no one was there for me after a very close friend I lost contact with, and even after I got back, I felt scared to even text her because I had all these thoughts about what if she changed into someone different and wouldn't be as close. After reading some comments on this video, I called her and we ended up talking for 3 hours and I feel much better. Thank you. Aww. July 4th, 2023. I'm 18 years old, currently in college, but whenever I look at the news, I get so scared that the world is going to blow itself up before I ever have the chance to live in it. Videos like this that remind me people are still fundamentally capable of doing good just to do good, even if the good is just giving people a place to vent. Thank you for re-uploading this. Checkpoint saved. I vaguely remember my grandpa. He passed away when I was only 9. He was my favorite to talk about anything, really. I'm a long way since then, but I can still feel him watching over us from above. Checkpoint. I found a reason to keep going. Checkpoint. Chapter 1. I just turned 19. I lost my grandma due to stomach cancer, and my mother had been to the hospital due to gallbladder stones, but thankfully she's fine now, and we can hopefully keep living our lives peacefully without any more losses or misfortunes. I miss you, Grandma. Thank you for being in my life this long. Checkpoint Chapter 2. After almost 3 years, I finally finished and graduated high school, and the next month I'm going to be starting this place where they will teach me how to do various things so that I can be more independent, get a job, and maybe even make some friends. But to be honest, I kind of feel skeptical about this because last time I went to these kind of places, it just didn't end up very well. But they said they'll make me work to make my dreams come true, so that gives me a bit of optimism, but I'll have to see for now. It's kind of sad because you kind of feel like the person who left the first part of this message is like a more optimistic and hopeful person than the person who left the second message, you know? And like there's a real genuine sense of like a passage of time from that. Currently 21, and I'm just starting to wrap my head around life. It feels like such a cold slap in the face if you start thinking about it. You have so many paths in life, so many choices, so many decisions you could or couldn't make that could make you happy. So many paths that society lays in front of you, but in the same breath there are so many hidden paths just waiting to be traveled down. Not all of them will be for you, as I realized my metamorphosis into a real adult, whatever the hell that is. Oh, the first line of this one is fucking devastating. Checkpoints, 6th of the 8th, 2026. Darkness came back again. Thought I could stave it away for good this time. Whatever I do, whatever I try, I will never shake the crippling depression. Each passing year, I feel like less and less myself. I want to end everything with dignity, and I don't want this kind of soul erasure. I will try to fight back again and again and again, but I know one of these days I will be too tired to fight back. Oh, that's grim. That's so grim. Checkpoint. I hope that person's okay. I really hope that person ends up okay. Checkpoint. My life has turned around a lot, from just a dude who's always depressed and afraid to someone who's able to give it his best to help others and even be happy. I'd like to give my thanks to my friends who are always there for me while I was at my lowest. If it weren't for them, maybe it wouldn't have gotten out of my shell. Maybe I wouldn't have been here right now. I feel like that's like the direct other side of that one we just read. Man, internet checkpoints, everybody. That is some real ass shit.